We don't
Hey
do that
guys, and
fancy
welcome to the.
things.
Take it easy.
Uh,
I
Alrighty,
knew it
alrighty.
would happen. Sorry, you need to tell me. You're like, hey, I'm going right now. Three, two, one.
Okay, we're live. We're live. Hey guys, and welcome to the fourth episode of Guardians of the Roundtable, a series where we talk about Destiny. My name is Decang, and my co-host Ryle Duke.
Hey, what's up?
And this week, I'm very excited to introduce our guest, WorkRevolt.
hey guys.
Yeah.
So, WorkRevolt, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself? What your passions are and what you're currently doing.
Well, I guess in regards to my YouTube channel, I was kind of like making creative videos. You're probably not going to find anything topical about Destiny, or at least any serious topical videos.
Yeah,
Um,
not at all.
so we're working on that. Make sure everybody understands that. But right now we're just doing reviews, and here and there we put out a silly video, maybe a list. But in the future we're gonna keep doing that. Try to get more fan involvement and things of that nature. But I mean, I just do silly videos, so on Destiny.
There you
There you
go.
go. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing of it all.
Yeah.
Now, I first, noticed you with the Hopscotch Pilgrim, and I lost it. The Hunter Handicapped and all the jokes you make in those videos. Did you really start with this Destiny content, or did you do much before that?
Well, if you look back, I believe in leaving my failures for everybody to see. So if you look back, I mean, maybe a year ago, when I branched out on my own from previous companies or websites, I decided to do the serious route. We had a little bit of attention. I mean, we had people actually sending our games like EA and for this is gonna sound bad. Who makes Forza turn?
Oh,
I don't even know.
God.
The people that work with Microsoft that make it. We know that, so that's good enough. But that's where we started off with. We're gonna be serious. Then I got really burned out. Like, this is not fun. I don't like writing about other people being creative.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a year off, which was a long time. Then I came back around and I was like, I'm just gonna make silly videos for games because I just really feel like games are meant to be fun, and a lot of times it turns into a serious argument over nothing. Like, people hate a console or hate a game because other people like a certain thing about it. So I just thought just making little goofy videos, even if it is poking fun at classes or things like that. It wasn't a plan to be a Destiny channel. Actually, the whole Hopscotch Pilgrim review was supposed to be one video, poking fun at everybody else making reviews of guns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then as people started noticing it, then even Bungie threw it up for the Destiny movie of the week. I was like, well, I guess people like this, so I'll make a few more. So
There you go. And when you made the Fatebringer review and you ended up dismantling Fatebringer and Galahorn, I was like, holy crap, this guy is committed to his videos. He's willing to do that. I was like, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, the funny thing about that, a lot of the videos like that, the people that like the videos and respond to like certain tests or certain things that happen, I actually do those at the last minute. Like that Fatebringer, like the dismantling things. I was sitting there, I was like, I don't like this test I did, so I was like, what should I do? I was like, oh, everybody wants a Yalahorn and a Fatebringer.
Yeah.
So I said, let's do this. I said, this will be quick.
Yeah, as somebody who doesn't have a Fatebringer, I am offended.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I had 2 Fatebringers and 2 Yalahorns, so I didn't really get hurt.
Oh, there you go.
And then probably one of my favorite tests, 2 favorite tests, was the rock moving one in the Lord of Wolves video that you just did.
Yeah.
That was so funny, as well as the No Land Beyond length in class or whatever it was, where you're like standing away from the rock. I just lost it on that
Stuff in
point.
this range. Oh.
Yeah, like, seriously, once again, those are like the last 2 I did for each one of them. Like the rock punching, I threw out. I can't even remember what I threw out. I think I was trying to burn enemies, and I was like, this is too close to the other ones, and I said, this isn't working out. And I was like, what's out here? I was just standing there, and I was like, what's out here? And I was like, oh, there's a rock.
Let's see what we can do.
And I recorded somebody asked me to throw it up, but I recorded punching that rock for like a minute and a half across the screen. And I'm sorry, what the other one you mentioned? It was another one. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's actually a much shorter cut too. I actually had my friend do it. Like he messed up the first time because you can't see if the gun's in the wall.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So he figured out where it was, and I was like, well, walk way back. And it was like 30 seconds. It took him 30 seconds to walk from off screen all the way over to the rock. And I was like, I wanted to put that just to make it last. But I
Yeah,
was
just
like,
kind of awkward.
I, yeah, I was like, I don't have anything to talk about for this
For
long
these
of
30
time.
seconds.
So I was like, we'll just cut it. But I was that was kind of fun, and like I like getting my friends involved. They wanted to make videos, they just weren't very good at editing. So
Hmm.
I throw them in when they get a chance.
There you go. There you go.
Trust me, I've got a friend who's not very good at editing either. So,
Yeah, yeah. I wonder who that is. I wonder who that is.
uh,
So
Don't don't. Well, no, I was just say don't air your dirty laundry on air. We don't want everybody knowing that.
uh,
So, you did get focused in the community focus by Bungie this last week. That was really cool. I'm sure to see, the company kind of show you off, and show how creative you are. What was your thoughts on that?
I was honestly surprised. Like, I didn't think when I posted that first video that it would get the attention it did at all. I just kind of threw it up like at 4 in the morning, and I was like, here it is. And then I wake up to like the subreddit like going nuts over it. The Destiny, the game, like that's a really great community. I'm
Mhm.
thankful I'm part of that. But like I didn't expect to explode. Then I'm just minding my business on Twitter, and Cosmo like adds me as a he follows me and is like, hey, message me, and I'm like, okay. He's like, hey, we want to make you part of the community focus. I was like, well, okay, and just send me over the email, and it was a neat thing, like a lot of companies kind of stay away from working with their community as much as Bungie does. I mean, of I guess one example, and no offense to Nintendo, I mean they're a good company, but they just run everything a little bit different. They're not really like that. But Bungie reached out to me. I didn't try to do anything. I didn't contact them, and it was just nice to see that they saw what I was doing, even if I made some remarks in my Iron Banner with the Luke Smith stuff and saying stuff to Deej. They weren't like mad at me.
oh
So
gosh.
I was like, at least they accept what I'm doing, because some of my videos do poke fun, like even saying the Time Breaker and the Grave Robber are the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and I'm like, at least they take it in stride, and they're not, they know I'm not serious, because they can obviously I put way too much time in the game,
mhm.
so they're like, okay, we'll let it slide.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, no, me, my turn. So, with this, they put the Hopscotch Pilgrim review as the kind of focus on for this community focus. Are you worried that people are gonna just see that and be like, oh, this guy only makes funny videos, and if you start branching out into different things, are you worried about being pigeonholed as the funny review guy, or do you hope that doesn't happen?
I am a little not. Excuse me one second. Ugh. I was trying not to cough on your show.
That's okay.
I was trying to find a way. But yeah, it worried me a little bit, because like I said, it was supposed to be just a one-off thing.
Mhm.
But as mechanical, I guess, it sounds, the Hopscotch Pill, like the reviews, I see as like maybe a vehicle to bring my other stuff to the people that maybe they wouldn't watch, like the really dumb exotic girlfriend
Yeah.
list. That's not. There's like tiers. The reviews are like tier A. That's what people are coming to see.
Yeah, that's
The exotics that remind me of my ex. That's tier B, and then some other stuff like even people going back watching me do the faster than loading Destiny thing. What things can I complete before Destiny is completed? And I'm not necessarily worried about views, or clicks or subscribers. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody watching them. That's great. But I'm doing this just to be creative, and while I do the reviews, they're not what I'm looking to do all around creative. I have some ideas of silly Destiny videos going in the future, like a black and white film that's
oh god,
gonna be
like a
stupid.
noir.
A hunter having an existential crisis, I guess you'd say.
Oh god.
Yeah, he's suffering from ennui. He's got the dramatic boredom going on.
Oh my gosh.
Then this is I have people do podcasts. I mean, like you have a podcast. I'm not that good of a host, but I have an idea of what one will be. It's not going to be a real one. Let's just go ahead and throw that out there. It's a scripted 5-minute podcast.
That's awesome.
And I have all kind of ideas like that. A lot of them rolling around in my head, and then I'll get to them. Like I said, I was hoping to have a couple this week, but I'm kind of on the sidelines right now. But I plan on getting some like different content up, and I hope that people enjoy them for what they are, and don't I do see some like other YouTubers that do serious stuff and they try to branch out. People are like, I don't understand what's going on here. But like I said, I just aim to be creative and try to find new ways to bring Destiny now to everyone out there. And some things will be for some people, some may not be for others. But like I said, I hope people can appreciate them for what they are, and not just be like, just keep making reviews. This is all I want from you.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on.
And I'll say this: I'm gonna make them anyways, guys. Even if you tell me don't make this, I'm still doing it. It's gonna happen.
There you go. Well, thank you very much. For being on the channel. I'm glad. Bungie and the Reddit community is really showing their appreciation for your awesome work. So why don't we go ahead and get moving on? This week we saw the Court of Oryx stream review. I didn't get a chance, and I didn't watch it fully, just because I didn't want the spoils of the Dreadnought ruined. But I did see the exotic sword. Did you guys see pictures of that?
I did.
I did.
I enjoy any game that has any kind of things you can beat an enemy with. Like, I know like Dead Island games where people hated them and all that stuff, but I was like, I like using a baseball bat. So if you give me something similar to that in Destiny, you're probably just gonna see me running around with a sword. So I'm excited for it. It's also nice to see something different. I mean, I know we've seen swords before, but it's not like something you can equip and hold on to. It's just like in small instances. But
yeah. Oh, dogs.
Did you see anything on the stream, Andrew?
No, I like it. I like the Dreadnought. I think it's cool. Basically, I mean, if people watch the stream, it's basically taken the public events into your own hands. It's probably going to be a lot less frustrating than sitting around waiting for, 20 minutes for an event to happen around you. I like that.
Yeah. And then, you can actually work towards what you want. One thing I really saw, that they didn't show on their YouTube or anything, that they did just for the people watching the stream, they are releasing the raid Friday. I believe that's the 18th. After it launches. I'm pretty excited, to be able to dive in that first weekend. Are you planning on raiding on Xbox One or anything, WorkRevolt?
Well, we're aiming for it. My two friends are taking the day off, and then we're gonna try to grab 3 other people and maybe see if we can a random mishmash of people can beat everybody else that has organized teams.
There you go.
First place.
You were on PS4. Oh.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gone. I still have, like I said, if I get one back, at least I won't have a long ways to go. I have like I said, that Forever 29 Titan over there wearing the old Queen's Wrath gear.
Oh, Lord.
So at least I won't have a huge gap. So I'll eventually get back over there and play with some guys.
Yes. Absolutely. So yeah, I think that raid. It's going to be awesome. I really just wanted to, kind of take time this weekend and in this episode and really chat about what we're going to see in the upcoming patch 2.0 on Tuesday. I guess some of our characters are already there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little early. We're getting. I've got the preview build. I'm just not allowed to play it.
Yeah. Someone's auto rifles are better than everybody else's already.
Oh my god, hard light. Oh my god, I can use hard light again. I'm so excited. This is the best day ever. Tuesday's the best day ever.
We're just gonna get a hard life for a week.
I have to say I feel bad because I was actually trying to complete the Thorn Bounty to do a review for that for people, and then I can't get on anymore, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to wait until they give it to me for free.
Yeah.
It rolls over.
Oh my gosh.
That's,
So they in the patch notes, or they aren't patch notes, I guess. In the weekly update, they kind of talk about and break down a little bit about what exactly is going to go on and happen. First, they talk about the character, how the level cap's getting raised to 34, but Taken King is 40. XP, attack, defense, light. Andrew, was there anything kind of new there, or anything that caught your eye that you were thinking about?
Not really. I'm just seeing that, starting Tuesday, if your characters aren't 34 yet, you've got the experience. You can just go get some experience and get your characters up to 34 before the Taken King launches. No, there's nothing really too new yet shown in the character notes. Yeah, I'm good.
What about you, WorkRevolt?
Well, I think they're they're giving us the basics of what's going on, so hopefully we have some surprises, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to actually. I mean, I know everybody knows I'm amazing at Crucible. Like, that's all I play. We all know that. But I'm actually really excited for Rift, just for the fact that I lose. The reason I don't play Crucible that much, to be honest, I'm whatever. My videos are awful. We know that. But I don't play Crucible because I have a problem focusing if there's not like a goal in mind. And I understand control. Yeah, there's 3 points, but at the same time, like I'm just standing here and shooting people. So I always kind of gravitate when there's a capture the flag kind of game mode or anything like that. Like an old game I used to play all the time was Mag, and I know that was a whole different thing. But it was always objective based, and like I said, and knowing this, it's not similar, but just having an idea is like, oh, you're supposed to get this ball and score. It makes me want to actually play Crucible rather than just be like I go there when there's an exotic bounty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I thought that was really cool how they're basically giving everyone just a tease, of what Mayhem and Rift are going to be like, what the new maps are like. That's a good marketing strategy, I think, on Bungie's side of things.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to get people that may have fallen out and not sure about the Taken King, give them just a little bit of a taste, and maybe say, hey, look, these are all the changes we've done. You should give it a look again. We're really revamping everything. So I think it could help them out, at least on the people that love the competitive multiplayer.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting. We're going to see this 1 week meta of guns that they're the powerful guns in year one, but now we have this 1 week where there's a new meta where maybe auto rifles or scout rifles are better than Thorn.
Right.
Hopefully. Oh my god.
Here's the thing. People are going to have to enjoy this because somebody sent out a link today that there will not be a Nightfall, or weekly heroic, or dailies for next week.
You had to bring that up, didn't you? Oh my gosh, I'm so upset about that.
No, listen though, he didn't either. So can't be upset.
Oh, here's the thing: if you've played it hardcore, you've most likely got most of the items that you need. Like I was missing a Thorn and Dreg's Promise on exotics, and even I wouldn't have been able to. I mean, those weren't coming from Nightfall's weeklies or anything, but I've got all that stuff. So I think they're trying to kind of, even the hardcore, they're trying to gear them to say, hey, come toward this for a second. We know you're going to miss this, but it will be back.
Yeah.
And they're letting you level up the gunsmith as well next week. Take out those, cool. You can take out those weapons that let you get a legendary package the next week of that weapon that you tested out. So that's a good incentive for people that necessarily still don't gravitate toward the multiplayer aspect.
Mm-hmm. I'm just upset because it's one less chance for Hawkman that I still don't have.
Hey, don't even bring those up yet. And this is what makes it worse, right? I saw those guns. I was on PlayStation 4 first. I saw those. Yep. I saw those strikes, and then I left, and I'm like, well, I've been wanting. I wanted the shotgun. I wanted the fourth horseman, and I've had to wait. But I'll get it. I'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
Probably when Zur sells it for everybody.
I'll feel bad if I get a Hawkmoon before you and you had a year start.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Oh my gosh.
And then I will probably just curse you out on Twitter.
We had a Crota raid where he left because he had to go to work or something, and we finished up the raid and 2 people got Hawkmoon.
Oh,
It was so bad.
it's similar to my friend. He's had I moved over to Xbox in November, so he has been playing since September. Was running Vault of Glass and all that. Has not got a Mythoclast. I got that my second run through it in November, and on top of that, he hasn't got a Necrochasm, which I don't know why he wants it anyways. But
exactly.
I'm sitting on 3 extra Crux of Crotas. And I'm like, just let me give this to him. Why I'm like, you can't stack them. You have to have one thing on each character. I was like, are they going to use these for anything else? But I mean, it's I feel bad that people get things. I've gotten really lucky, but it does stink. Like my friend got a Yellowhorn like a week ago, and it's like, well now, I mean, it's even he got it to drop. He bought one when it came out. But I was like, oh, you finally got one drop, and now. Everything's gonna be nerfed. Yeah, everybody got it, and now it's getting nerfed. So I'm sorry.
I'm going a little off. I'm happy we're not taking Gallahorn into year 2, but it has to happen. So
I might have to find a new test comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
Or not, or I'll just still say it's the best. I don't really care. They're not moving me forward. I'll stay in the past.
There you go.
I know y'all are thinking sleeper stimulant, best new exotic. No, you're wrong.
Nope. I'll just fake the stuff. I'll make something look like it's blown up when it really didn't happen.
Oh my gosh! There you go. Now, one thing I kind of noticed from the weekly update is that they are moving the Grimoire score off of our character nameplates and onto the character screen. As someone with a pretty high Grimoire score, I don't know how I feel about that. What about you guys?
I'll go first, I guess. It doesn't bother me. I know some people are really proud of it. I'm sure, that does take a lot of work. I mean, doing 100 salvage matches or whatever it is, and those don't show up all the time. But I'm not in any game really a completionist, and that's for the completionists, I believe. And I understand when they're proud of it, they want that shown. But at the same time, I think it'd be better for the community if you're just meeting with people and playing with them, the light score being up there just for the fact that you know exactly where they're going to be able to help you.
Yeah.
If like I said, I know a lot of people want to show it up, but it's still there. And if people inspect their gear, I know whenever I'm flying in on a strike, I always check everybody's gear out, because I'm going to be waiting 30 seconds to fly in, so I check out their gear and see all their stuff, and I'll still be able to see their Grimoire score. But like I said, it's just a personal thing for me. I'm never going to be a completionist and care enough to do that.
Yeah, I think that just if you want to give another reason to go inspect other players, if just that example of flying into a strike or anything, it's not really a huge deal to me to have my Grimoire displayed for everybody to see, but if somebody wants to take the time and check out my character and they notice it, that's cool. But
and I remember somewhere on Reddit, I think I saw a post that kind of talked about how Grimoire may or may not be reflective of someone's skill, and I don't really remember the results or anything. But I think you guys are right. Is seeing that light level is going to really show that skill, or at least not skill, but gear level a lot better.
Yeah, I think the actual Grimoire score, it doesn't necessarily reflect skill level, but more time invested. And I guess you maybe can correlate that to being more skillful in it. But I mean, some people could just go to Ghost Hunter. DestinyGhostHunter.net, and it'll tell you exactly where every ghost is to get those cards, and just getting lucky. Like I said, the RNG plays a big role in it. Getting the weapons and then maxing them out and getting that card for those. Yeah. So like I said, I understand some people it more equates to time played, which can people say, oh, that's why I'm better. But like I said, I could probably play Crucible for 2 years straight and still be god awful. But I'd get every score. I'd get every card though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when that whole team of people with 3665 Grimoire fought us in Trials of Osiris, they were really good.
Oh gosh, Trials.
That's the last time I got completely steamrolled in Trials.
Yeah, that happens every weekend. So
if it makes you feel better, I only did it once, and I went in by myself, and I basically let people kill me 5 times. And I was like, I'm not having fun.
You should do like CD's tips on Trials or something like that.
I was going to until they said that it's going to be gone until later in the year.
Yeah.
So, and since I can't get on this weekend, we're going to postpone that.
Yeah.
There you go.
But we'll get one. Hopefully when it comes back, I'll be able to walk around without getting shot in the face with a sniper rifle.
Yeah, hopefully. No more final rounds.
Yeah.
So the next thing they mentioned was about the quest screen, the new quest, and how everything is getting pushed into this quest chain type things. They talked about how if you abandon a quest, it's going to be recoverable, as well as all of year 1 being converted into that quest system. So, I think I'm ready to delete a character and replay this campaign with you, Andrew.
Yeah, I've got my moments of triumph. I'm ready. It's a more accessible quest kind of system. I think that it's cleaner, more straightforward. People are gonna gravitate more to it because they'll be able to track the quest actually and do multiple things at once. It's classic. It's tried and true, and it's just better. And people can disagree with me all they want, but I think it's necessary to draw the attention to the quests.
And I think we're going to see... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think the best thing about it is it's just cutting down the time you're not playing the game. Just having to travel to the tower, then complete bounties, and then travel back, and then, having the ability to turn them in when you're out on patrol or doing whatever you're doing and holding more. And also just getting rid of that stupid earn bounty that keeps calling me to the tower.
Oh god.
Since that came out, like I did that once. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I still have that.
So I like it. The one problem I have with all these kiosks and stuff is that I wish they'd have put them all side by side.
Yeah.
I know that's like a little minor inconvenience, but it's the fact that it would be nice to have everything right there where you are and just like, okay, click this one, get what you need, rather than run to the Vanguard to get your guns and then the other side of it to get your, your armor and stuff, and then the other kiosk like for the quests, So, but it's a step forward to make everything cleaner and more streamlined to help people play the game rather than spend time wandering around.
I hadn't thought of that before. I already have to run that speaker to get Glimmer from my Ascendant shards. I don't want to have to run there to change my shader.
And I'm just excited that we're going to see this on Tuesday. We're going to get used to this new tower, and it's going to be things that I wanted to take care of, like my vault and all these items that we'll get to see how these systems work for a week before they're gone and we're into year 2.
Yeah, I think it'd be a huge culture shock kind of to get all of the stuff from the Taken King added at once and then all these huge changes to the base game. I'd be overwhelmed. So I'm glad that there's going to be a week to kind of adjust before it all gets flipped on its head again for the Taken King.
And it's also smart because, a lot of people probably won't be signing on next week if there was nothing there, because, like I said, a lot of people, they're like, my guns might not be worth it in a week. You know, when the Taken King comes out, these doing this stuff to try to get these items, but you know, putting this all up a week early and giving people, you know, the taste of it's like there is a reason to log in, even if you can't do the nightfall or weekly. There's a reason to go look at the tower, see what your guns are, see what all, you know, see where your shaders are, see everything you're missing, and what you can go for when the Taken King actually shows up. So smart all around. Like I said, ease people into it and make them want to be there for the release.
Oh yeah.
And so they with Quest they talked about bounties as well. Slots going up to 16, which is cool because you know we do see that increase in weekly Crucible bounties. You know, so those are things you know we're going to want to hold on to more. They talked about how incomplete year 1 bounties will be auto abandoned. Incomplete exotic bounties will be auto-completed. Year 1 bounties issued by Eris will be retired. I think that's kind of an interesting note. As well as reputation with Crota's Bane can continue to be earned by completing quests in the Taken King. Those last 2 notes really hit me, and just kind of the thought process of, hey, maybe like this weekend, stack up on all the Eris bounties, get them completed so that you could maybe get a jump on that Crota's Bane reputation or something like that.
I don't know. I think you realize that Eris's kind of purpose in the game is being repurposed for the Taken King. So it makes sense that her usefulness evolves with the game, getting rid of her old bounties. And I think that just being able to get the reputation from doing missions and quests in the Taken King. I don't know if that's going to continue on past the rank 4 that's already there, just so you can continue to get her items, or like her shaders and everything that she's got, or if that's going to be an entirely separate, like, kind of like the Cryptarch, how it goes past, 50 for those of us who did the loot cave. I think it's too early to make any sort of guess about how it's going to change for her.
I'm glad you can make progress for her. I mean, basically all she's been for, people that have been there for a while is, reputation. I mean, experience gained for weapons if you have it. If you're not leveling up some kind of alternate weapon or armor, there's no point to go to her anymore. I mean,
yeah.
When it first came out, you're like, oh wow, she has these items to help you upgrade weapons and things like this, and you're kind of like, oh wait, that's only for one.
Oh, I've got Murmur completely.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like, hopefully they give her, like I said, a good purpose, and like I said, it seems like she's probably going to be more the quest giver for the Taken King, and the same thing with Tess. All she's done is sit there with nothing really to do. So
yeah.
It's good that they're kind of taking these people and repurposing them for an actual purpose rather than just wasting them and moving on and getting somebody else that may not have any usefulness in the coming months or years.
What exactly are they doing with Tess in Taken King? I haven't heard anything.
I'm not sure. I have no idea. They don't talk to me. But
they just did that one time.
That was it. After that, they're like, "You're on your own, kid." But if I remember, somebody found that they filed a patent for like ever something trading. Bungie filed a patent for like that, or copyright, and it's what's her last name? Tess Evers.
Something like that.
I can't get people's names right in real life.
That's okay.
I'm definitely not going to get it right in a video game, but it kind of coincided with her last name. So probably maybe she might be a vendor now. But like I said, that's all just speculation on my part. And
yeah.
But it'll be to see.
Yeah. I just hadn't heard anything. So then they talked about the exotic year 1 bounties are getting auto completed. So it sounds like you're gonna automatically get your Thorn, which is pretty cool.
I hope. If it fixes.
Yeah, if it's not in the previous version before 2.0 patch, you don't get it. Ooh,
I guess we should explain that to anybody that hears this.
That is true. Yeah, we talked about that beforehand.
Yeah, because we're mentioning it. So if anybody's wondering, all my characters are currently deleted. I can't log on to Destiny. I can't access any of my characters or weapons. I can't even see my stats. I can go on to Bungie.net and it's like, you don't exist. You don't have anything. So apparently what happened is that they ran maintenance during the past week when I was the player focus, and it somehow advanced my character to the next patch. So Destiny on my console is currently on, the current patch, and then my characters are on 2.0, which means my character's not compatible with my game, so it won't let me play. So we're hoping on Tuesday when that rolls out that I'll be allowed to play again. If not, I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see what happens. I'll be stealing people's accounts and deleting their items for science for video.
Share play on the PS4.
We'll see. That's gonna teach people to stop asking, "Hey, do you have this gun? If you don't, I'll let you borrow my account." Don't. You'll sit there like, I never offer that.
This has been a PSA from WorkRevolt.
Yeah.
Don't lend out your account.
Exactly. It was
exotics.
It was a teaching moment.
That's funny. Yeah, fingers crossed that works. So the next thing they talked about was the tower and the all the iPads going up in the tower.
We talked about that. Spread out.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Sorry, I skipped ahead.
No, you're good.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Inventory. Let me see.
I like that the motes of light are actually going to be useful because they started throwing those out like candy after House of
those
Wolves.
are incredibly useful to John because he uses them to try to get the RAM from.
You just had to bring that up, didn't you?
Yeah. How many times did you try yesterday to get the RAM?
36 exotic engrams.
I got 3 if you want one.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's what people get. People get
the
mad.
worst RNG.
Well, that's why people get mad. They're like, this guy has the Ram helmet. He's got an OG Fellwinters with hammer forged, aggressive ballistics, and shot package.
Dirty.
And he's like, he doesn't even play the Crucible. Why does he keep getting these things? I was like,
that's funny.
I was like, you should see, I got the Gillian's Demise with Outlaw and Firefly too.
Oh, that's such a good roll. That's such a good roll.
So. It gives me, I'm lucky for things I don't actually use, but I'm sorry. I am sorry.
That's funny. So yeah, I liquidated all of my Ascendant and Radiant shards and energy, all of my modes, and all of my coins, and rolled 36 exotic engrams.
Wow.
And didn't get a RAM.
It's something like 829 motes of light to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
bad.
Now I have a question. I saw that they said in a tweet they said that Xur will be bringing engrams again, but it says legacy items. But is that only? Can you actually get the new items through? Are there going to be 2 different engrams, or is it just saying that you can still get it?
I think I saw. Yeah, Mark tweeted something about that. My guess is it would be like what did they call it again? They called it a
legacy.
Legacy. My guess it would be like a legacy exotic helm engram, or legacy primary. Just because we've never seen anything that's like all armor, all weapons. So my bet would be you get those, and then Xur will actually sell the year 2 version of things.
What I'm gonna assume, and this is completely just off the top of my head, and I have no basis for this, so don't anybody get mad at this. But I feel like they might keep a legacy engram for motes of light, but then if they have a new engram for the year 2 exotics, it might be a whole different currency. Just for the fact that there are tons of people out there with thousands of. I mean, there are people out there with thousands of motes and strange coins, and they probably wouldn't want somebody to come in there and just get all those new exotics from the get-go.
Yeah. I hate that person already.
Like I said, even me, I have like I have like 100 strange coins.
Yeah.
And still, that's a lot to be able to try to get an item. I know it's not the most light that you roll stuff for, but at the same time, you don't necessarily want people getting all those items the first week when Azure shows up. So I am curious of what he's gonna do. Like I said, I think there might be less chance of that with him selling the coin of 3 or something like that gives you increased exotic chunks. And once again, I'm getting completely off topic.
That's okay.
But we'll roll it back if you have a good segue. I don't know.
No.
Hard to. That was actually something I had kind of thought of myself. Was just that there's got to be some new currency that they're rolling out so that you can't buy everything, because they are really not wanting to burn the game out in that first weekend. But how do they do that without pissing all the year 1 players off?
Well, maybe he won't necessarily be an exotic weapons and armor vendor for year 2 people. Maybe he'll offer things like similar to the runes that you find to open the Court of Oryx. So maybe he offers things like that to get you to go play the events to have a chance to get an exotic.
Yeah.
Similar to the item, like I said, increases your drop rate when you face another boss. Maybe they'll put him that way, and he still sells old things. But like I said, I mean, we'll all find out when he first shows up. I'm sure that's going to be a pretty big event for everybody in Destiny.
And I hope we do see a amazing I want to be able to start waking up Friday morning before work, excited to jump on real quick and see what he has. As well as Wednesday, see what the Arms Day is. That excitement on that day of the week, reset Arms Day, Zur Day is a really cool facet of Destiny.
Right. It's like you said. I like that idea. Like you said, they're expanding it past Tuesday. Everybody always just got on Tuesday, and since everybody's been playing for so long, they're like, we don't even necessarily care about Zur anymore. And like you said, if they've expanded his role and even like the weapon packages, I'm excited for that. Because it gives you a reason. You mess with these guns all week, come back next week, and you've got a new gun. So I do like that idea too. And it's a unique thing. You don't really see in many other console games right now.
The last thing, kind of in their not patch notes summary thing, was that in the world that the Fallen Wolf hunt patrols will retreat in anticipation of the arrival of Oryx in our solar system. Something I think that was kind of expected, but leaves a lot of questions when it comes to Grimoire, which they said go hunt those people before they're gone, and Petra's role in the Taken King. Did you have any thoughts or anything on that, Andrew?
I mean, it's just they're just opening the world up for what they're gonna do with the Taken King, random Taken encounters or what have you. It's the same deal as they did with the sword bearers out in the overworld when you're on the moon or in the Cosmodrome. I think that it's kind of sucks that the wolf hunts are tied to Grimoire. That kind of bites. If there are those completionists who really want it. But I mean, if they really want it, then they're out there right now while we're recording this to make it happen. But I mean, it's a necessary thing to make the Taken encounter, whatever it will be, as intuitive and as inclusive as it's gonna be. I mean, we've not seen. We don't have the Fallen on Mars yet. We don't have the Fallen Wolf hunts on Mars. I think that the Taken one, they're really going to take over every open world environment. There's going to be these random encounters that you can look forward to.
The one thing I would really hope from this, and we saw a little bit of it coming into House of Wolves, is that in the Overwatch and the Cosmodrome, they don't remove a single event. So everything happens in there, like public events.
Oh my god!
The wolves are getting dropped in. The Taken are getting dropped in.
There's that one guy for the urn for Eris.
Yes, just
you've got
all these events happening at once.
You've got a wolf hunt and you've got that dude all at once, and you just level 34 and getting smashed.
In the probably the smallest patrol area.
Oh yeah, so much.
Oh, that was even more fun back in the loot cave days when you're all shooting that, and then everything just swarms from every side. You're like, Ingrams everywhere. Let's get it all. Warstat falls on top of you from behind, then and just crushes you. Start a whole thing going.
I sadly did not, get a chance to take part in the loot caves.
What?
I don't remember why. But I think that's awesome. That we do have those like year one memories.
Some of us.
It fits better. It fits better as a legend than actual practice because that was so boring.
Oh, I bet.
You just go over there and 6, 7 people just shooting in a hole. And it's like this is it.
This is the worst.
This is what I paid $60 to do.
I know. I'll just go sit on the rock while everybody else does it, and I'll run in after they're done.
I love the occasional post on Reddit where it's like, guys, do you know there's this like pile of undisturbed remains? Like, what is this about? And it's just like all these noobs just have no idea.
It's canon. Shut up.
No, I felt bad for one guy. His post, he did that, and it got voted all the way to the top, like it was the highest upvote for the whole day. It was up there all day with like 1,500 plus.
People just being like, "You're so dumb." Oh my god.
Surprisingly, they're surprisingly nice to him. Even if they're poking fun of him, they're still nice to him. So that's rare.
That's why I love the Destiny Reddit. Normally you hear about Reddit and you're like, oh gosh, like it's the underbelly of the internet. It's right next to 4chan. But like the Destiny Reddit community is just awesome. I love wasting time and reading everything. It's a good community to be a part of.
Bungie's communities have always been really good. Ever since Halo, it's always been a really strong, supportive, helpful community. So, it's refreshing to see.
You're all gonna shame me for this. I have not played Halo.
It's okay,
hey,
John.
Yeah, neither. I didn't either, so it's okay. It's okay.
I bought the collection. I just haven't played it.
There you go. Oh yeah.
It's a good story.
I know. It really wrapped it up. It was a good one. It had a lot of ups and downs in it. Character development.
Exposition, story.
Exactly.
Well, that was kind of it for the weekly update. They talked about what's it going to take to download the 2.0, what exactly we're getting on 9.8 instead of 9.15.
Oh yeah, didn't they say something about Elder Ciphers are going to autocomplete as well?
I was just reading that. I was really confused by that.
I thought I saw a tweet that said that Elder Ciphers are going to autocomplete.
They are.
Okay.
I saw today, so I guess it'll autocomplete and you'll be able to pick the weapon you want. So that's not bad at all.
And then it says they're gonna drop from the Prison of Elders treasure chest instead of just straight up doing the bounties. And I wonder really what their reasoning behind it is, other than I bet they're gonna do something with Varix. I bet Varix is going to have some role in the Taken King that they can't have him just sit in the reef and do
hopefully, but
I hope that they make the Prison of Elders something, because right now, I mean,
something.
It's because it's the fact that you do Skullcraft right now, and you have a very slim chance of getting a weapon to drop, and then those weapons don't even carry you forward. And then the only thing people really doing it for were the Elder Cipher bounties, I would assume, are having fun, which I didn't really have that much in it. But I hope maybe putting those guns in the chest. I don't know if it's just for 34 or 35, chests, because I know that's where the ciphers drop.
Yeah.
But I would hope it gets people to go back and try to get the chest. Probably going to lower the chances, I would think, but hopefully they'll make update Skolas to be able to get something useful, because that's going to really sap the reason to go for that, because those weapons are going to be useless.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I didn't even think about the Varix thing. He could be moving somewhere, because right now all he is he kind of ran his course pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
After
something
the second week, armor cores were useless.
Yeah, that's something I noticed with the House of Wolves in general. A lot of the actual added gameplay elements were just kind of one and done. You know, you could get your triumph from beating Skolas and just kind of move on.
Well, the more that I played it, then you know how they said that they decided to delay that raid. It makes me think maybe that was true and it wasn't just, you know, the plan to do Prison of Elders all along, because it seems like a lot of it was let's appease the players by letting them ascend things and stuff like that, rather than bringing in new content for that's viable. Hopefully that's a whole different story in the Taken King. It looks different, so.
Well, I think that they probably wanted to try their absolute hardest to get the Taken King out as close to the actual year 2 anniversary as possible. And I think that if they're trying to get a raid done for House of Wolves and then trying to get an extremely, you know, hopefully super new kind of different mechanics raid ready for the Taken King, I think they would have had to wait a lot longer to get the Taken King out.
Right.
So.
And I know they've brought in High Moon Studios to be part of the Destiny programmers and stuff like now. They brought in that whole developer.
Yeah.
Maybe those people will be working on, you know, the next DLC. So they have similar, I guess, what Activision has done with Call of Duty games, but in a smaller capacity. You know, bouncing back and forth to work on things. Maybe they're doing that with High Moon Studios for the next DLC.
And now, did High Moon do that latest Transformers game or whatever? Isn't that?
They were doing the Transformers games.
Okay.
That's probably not, like, we don't want to say that's going to indicate quality. We hope not. But we'll see. Hopefully, I assume if they have them working with the Bungie and stuff, they probably sent some of their supervisors and things to lead them. They probably already have the groundwork set up for whatever they're working on, rather than giving High Moon the whole, you know, reign of what they're going to do for it. You know.
Oh yeah, they did the Deadpool game as well.
I shouldn't have brought that up. That's bad.
I did a quick search on my phone and I'm terrified. No, I'm not terrified. I trust him.
Well, we're nearly reaching the hour mark, and so I had fun. I want to thank WorkRevolt for joining us today.
Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I hope one day I can play with you guys. I mean, it's been entertaining talking to you. We'll get there. One day we'll get there. I promise. I'll probably play Bloodborne first before I jump back into Destiny, but I'll get there.
It was good. Bloodborne's good. Okay, you heard it here first. Kickstart PS4 for WorkRevolt.
Hey, no, I'll say this. So I have my Patreon up for donations, and I just goofily, I didn't think about it. I didn't mean it. I put up, hey, if you donate up to $500, I'll buy a PlayStation 4 and play with you guys, and I'll even write your names on it. And I'm like, a couple people donate $10 to put their name on it, I guess. I'm like, I feel bad. That was just a goofy thing. But I mean, if I eventually get to it, and like I said, I'm not going to try to, you know, make people pay for a PlayStation. When I eventually have the money to do it, when I have the money to do it, I'll buy it. And still, those like 2 people that donated $10, I'll write their name on the one I bought.
There you go.
I owe it to them. One way or the other if I get it. But yeah, I don't want people to think I'm trying to make communities buy me a PlayStation. That's not my goal. Yeah. I feel bad about that.
Now, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at WorkRevolt. Then you can find me at YouTube at WorkRevolt. Facebook, WorkRevolt. Yeah, I cornered that name really early, and nobody was able to get any of it. So.
There you go.
I had a Chinese.
WorkRevolt233.
I had a Chinese company email me asking if I was part of the company that was over there that was trying to get the WorkRevolt name, and they want to buy it from me. I'm like, nope, too late.
That's awesome.
This is mine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like you may be a big company, but I'm a small video game website. Oh,
that's
and I'll say
much more important.
Yeah, I'll say this too. This is I do have a website called WorkRevolt.com, and right now it's not being really used. But if you guys pay attention to maybe in about a month, we're looking to expand it into a platform for smaller YouTubers and Twitch streamers or anything like that to give them a home and post blog posts and actually show their videos off there. I have a couple of kind of larger. When I say larger, I mean like about my size, 7,000 to 10,000 subscribers, to try to help out, maybe pull in some audience, and then help the smaller communities as well. Then we can also, with a website, we can actually post you guys on like N4G and places like that to give you more exposure. So that's what we're hoping to do with WorkRevolt, rather than me just trying to post stuff all the time. I'm going to try to help the community and gaming and things like that. So be on a lookout for that maybe about a month or so when we get it all revamped and have all the details worked out.
Awesome. Yeah, I look forward to something like that. That's awesome. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening in the future on the YouTube. This has been Guardians of the Roundtable.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.